Koenigsegg has managed to create an electric motor that's not only efficient, but also incredibly powerful. The secret lies in the design of the motor itself. So how does it actually work? Before we dive into the juicy bits, let's take a stroll down memory lane and revisit the history of Koenigsegg. And of course, if you want to make a name for yourself in the automotive world, you've got to go big or go home, right? So Koenigsegg decided to showcase their creation at the Cannes Film Festival soon after the Koenigsegg CC8S made its debut at some of the world's most prestigious motor shows, including Paris and Geneva. In 2002, Christian's dream finally came true when Koenigsegg's first proper production car was unveiled, and it was a game changer. The Koenigsegg CC8S's engine was certified by Guinness World Records as the most powerful engine in a mass-produced car in the whole world. And if that wasn't impressive enough, the engine was based on a Ford the 5.8, but Koenigsegg reworked it. Now back to Koenigsegg's tiny Quark e-motor. Quark is a marvel of engineering that's perfect for a wide range of applications such as aerospace, marine and EV powertrains. To come up with this groundbreaking motor, the brilliant minds at Koenigsegg combined two fundamentally different motors into one unique design. So let's talk about magnetism, shall we? It's a crucial part of how electric motors work. Koenigsegg has ingeniously combined two methods to create the Quark e-motor. They call it Raxium flux, which sounds made up because it is. But fear not, Raxium flux is a fusion of radial and axial flux, two different ways electric motors usually function. Now for those of you who don't know what that means, let me break it down. Picture this. You have coils that rotate between magnets, and depending on which way they go, the axial does it along the axis that's more perpendicular, and the radial does it running outside the weight. Radial flux motors are cheap to create and widely available in EVs, but they need more revs to produce peak power. On the other hand, axial flux motors offer more torque at low revs, but require lightweight and extremely durable materials to withstand a lot of stress. By combining these two motors, Koenigsegg has created a class-leading torque to power to RPM to weight matrix, making the Quark e-motor a powerhouse in a tiny package. The Quark e-motor weighs a mere 30 kilos, which is lighter than the motors Tesla used in its everyday models. To give you an idea, that's about the same weight as a giant otter. A double radiator, a bear cub, a garden bench, and a pair of speakers. Now that's impressive. So what kind of power does the Quark e-motor generate, you ask? Well, the Quark produces an astounding 335 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque. However, it's good to keep in mind that the peak power lasts only for about 20 seconds before dropping to 134 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. But still, that's more than enough power for most applications. So according to Andra Shekilai, who's the e-motor development lead at Koenigsegg, this motor is made of some seriously cool stuff. The shaft is made of 300mm steel that's used in motorsport and aerospace, which is a fancy way of saying it's really strong and really light. And they've used direct cooling, which is not only super efficient, but also makes the whole thing more compact. The rotor is made of Koenigsegg's carbon fiber technology, which makes it lightweight and powerful. In fact, the Quark is so light and small that it's perfect for all kinds of applications. So how much power are we talking about here? Well, the Quark puts out 330 brake horsepower and 443 Newton-meters of torque. That's pretty impressive, right? But how does it compare to, say, Tesla? The Plaid model boasts a whopping 1006 brake horsepower and just over 1000 pounds-feet of torque. Now, I know we shouldn't compare apples to oranges or combustion engines to electric motors, but it does give you some perspective. But let's get back to the Quark. Koenigsegg is no stranger to making things lightweight, and they've used their expertise to make the Quark super efficient. They even used air core technology on the rotor, which is the same stuff they use in carbon fiber wheels, steering wheels, and seats. And they're not afraid to use carbon fiber anywhere they can. Have you seen the Jesko's rear wheels? They weigh just 8.4 kilograms each. That's insane. So what's the verdict? The Quark is a tiny powerhouse that's perfect for all kinds of applications. And while Tesla might have more power, the Quark holds its own against the competition. With its compact size and solid power delivery, the Quark is a great option for electric vehicles, drones, and all sorts of other things. And let's not forget that the quark is made by Koenigsegg, a company that knows a thing or two about making high-performance machines. They've taken their expertise in lightweight design and applied it to the quark, resulting in a motor that's small, light, and incredibly powerful. So where exactly will the quark be used? Well, it's not your typical full EV approach like Tesla's. Instead, the quark has been designed to work in tandem with an internal combustion engine. And not just any engine, but the Koenigsegg Gamma's TFG engine, which uses their super cool, camless free valve technology. Now, if you're familiar with Koenigsegg, you know they like to do things a little bit differently than everyone else. From their crazy horsepower to their wild doors, they're always pushing the boundaries, and the TFG engine is no exception.